Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your first time of joining, you're very welcome. We have created this channel to share the joy of problem solving in data. And in the last video, we talked about ER models, showing how entities connect with other entities in the database. Today, we'll be going straight into SSMS and checking out the different databases that we have. I'll show you how to restore a database, how to create your own database. Basically, we'll be considering the different SQL commands that we have in SSMS. Basically, any platform or any relational database model that you'd be using SQL, we have different categories of commands and we'll be talking about them today. Now, to the first category of command, we have the data definition language. Those are the commands that help you to create, define, to remove things from your database. So you can deal with entities, you can deal with different objects in your database. You can even create a database. So for the data definition language, we have the create, we have the alter, we have drop, and truncate. In another video, when we are using this command, I will be showing you what the differences are between drop, truncate, and delete. It's usually in most SQL interview questions. So the next one would be data manipulation language. For data manipulation languages, you have select, you have insert, you have delete, and you have update. So for whatever thing you'll be doing in your database, you definitely be selecting because select is like the OG, the most popular command that you use in SQL. You have to select from whatever entity you have in your database. And those are the DML languages. We have the select, the insert, the update, and the delete. The next ones are the transaction control languages. These ones help you to perform transactions on your database. And we have the save point, we have the rollback, and the commit. And finally, we have the DCL. Those are the data control languages. These are mostly used by database administrators, and they are grant, deny, and revoke. So a database administrator can grant you access, they can deny you access, and they can revoke your access. But for most part of it, or as a data analyst, you would be using mostly the DDLs and the DMLs, which are create, alter, update, select, and etc. So before we continue, let us go to the computer and check out SSMS and how to use some of these commands to create, to alter, to select in your database. So when you get into SSMS, you have something blank like this. Then we can do a quick tour of the Object Explorer in your SSMS. You have the databases, security, server object replication, and etc. But basically, we'll be focusing on the databases. You have different kinds of databases you can have different kinds of databases, in your server. So this is my server and these are my databases. So there are databases that usually comes with every server, and these are those databases. We have the master database, which is like the control center of this database. Your database must have a master database. The temp DB would house your temporary tables, and they would reset at every time the server connection is broken. So that is your temp DB. We have the model, which is like what every database you create or you restore on your server would look like. And then we have the MSDB. So we have security, like I mentioned. Most of these other features are used by database administrators. But for you who is planning to be a data analyst or who is a data analyst, your work would be around these areas. For the integration services, we'll be talking about that much later when we are talking about SSIS and ETLs. So let us So for you to create a new query or to run a query, you have to open up your new query here. And like every Microsoft tool, you have the top ribbon, which has different options for you. You can create connection, close, save, etc. You can edit. You can go through all of these ribbons to see the different options that you have on SSMS. So usually your database is defaulted to master, and because we would be doing some analytics and these system databases would not be helping us, we have to add our own database. So to add your own database, you can create. So let's say we have to create database. SQL is usually not case sensitive. You can write in uppercase, lowercase, camel case, whatever case that you have. So what should we call our database? We'll be using it throughout this course. Let's call it data with joy. Let me make this sentence. Okay, so if I want to create a database called Data with Joy, I would just have to execute this. And as you can see, my database has been created. So if you have to import or restore any database, there are different database samples from Microsoft that you can always restore. So we have this. You can come to Microsoft Learn and search for sample databases, and you can also come to the Microsoft database samples on GitHub. So we have the Adventure Work, Contoso, Northwind, Worldwide Importers. You can read the README files to see how you can import or restore each database. So for Adventure Works, I would be going with the .bak file, and I would be doing that. So if you go to the Adventure Works option, Adventure Works sample, you have the different samples here. You can download the one compatible with your SQL Server, and you can restore it. You can either go to the program file and click restore, which I will show you in a bit, or you can use the transact SQL. So for me, I would be using this transact SQL. So you copy this if you are going to use the transact SQL, and when you come here, you can either right click here and then click restore database. Once you've downloaded the .bak file, it would be in your system, and then you can bring it up here. So for me, I have a location where I have copied the query before, and I have just pasted it here and I have edited this path to show the path on my computer. So what I will have to do now is run this. And once I run this, you see that it writes process and query executed successfully. So now I should have Adventure Works in my objects or in my Object Explorer. You can't find it immediately here because we are already on this view. So what I would do is to refresh my view and then expand databases again. Now you see that I have Data with Joy, which I've created before, and I have Adventure Works. And like I mentioned, you have the model DB, which shows how databases, or which shows the model each database follows. Though we don't have anything that we have inserted into Data with Joy yet. We don't have database diagrams, of course. So we don't have anything we have inserted into Data with Joy, but we have the folders or the construct that it should follow. And if you see this one that we have just restored, we have the same format for the databases. So for this one, we have database diagrams. I can allow database diagrams, so we can see one of them. If you remember the ER model I mentioned before, so this one is a database diagram for this database. You can see the different tables and how they are connected together. So in the tables folder, You see the different tables that we have here, and if there are views, you see the views. If there are stored procedure, you see them under programmability, but we won't be going very deep into that. So in this video, you have learned the different SQL Server command categories like the DDL, the DML, the TCL, and the DCL. If you can remember any command under any of these categories, kindly put them in the comment section. And you have also learned how to restore and to create a database. In the next video, we will be exploring more commands like the select, the update, the insert into, the delete, the drop, and any other command we can cover in that time. If you have any question based on this video, you can put it in the comments and I will be there reading and answering your questions. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly click the subscribe button to make your data journey seamless. I will be here along the way guiding you and holding your hand, answering your questions, and also click the notification button so that anytime I drop a video, you can always be reminded that a video has been dropped. It's time to learn. All right, thank you very much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.